Después de un monótono matrimonio, una vida fuera de los límites, Round Numbers, a continuación por Cinemax, lo máximo. Hoy, por Cinemax, lo máximo, Crackdown. Olympia Dukakis en Over the Hill. Eric Idle en Missing Pieces. Rosalie Natalie Wood. Gypsy. Cinemax, más películas, más variedad. Este es un cine muy especial, arriesgado, innovador y definitivamente desquiciado. Véalo, le dará en qué pensar. Cine de vanguardia, los viernes por Cinemax, sin duda, lo máximo.
Desde su nacimiento a finales del siglo pasado, el cine se había desarrollado como entretenimiento favorito de multitudes. Pero a pesar de sus grandes logros, parecía faltarle algo. El joven cinematógrafo aún no hablaba. Sin embargo, ya aclaraba la garganta. Las pruebas de sonido habían comenzado. En 1927, el actor y cantante Al Jolson protagoniza un film, el primer largometraje sonoro. En octubre de 1927 se estrenó El cantante de jazz. El éxito fue inmediato. El cine sonoro había nacido. Desde ahora y durante todo el 95, 100 razones para ver Cine Max, lo máximo.
Unas vacaciones navideñas cambiarán su vida.
To dreams. Wait long enough, there's a pot of gold at the end of every rainbow.
Andrew McCarthy, entre una rubia y una morena.
Why can't it be the person I want? Why do I have to settle for less?
You know that wish I made outside? It just came true.
Only You. En Cinemax, más películas, más variedad.
Para vengar la muerte de su hermano, él se internará en un mundo donde la lucha es a muerte. Don Wilson, campeón mundial de kickboxing en Blood Feast. Domingo 15 de enero por Cinemax, lo máximo.
¿Para qué ir al psicoanalista? Cinemax va por usted. El género humano es en sí mismo el más complejo. Propenso a la vista. Busca siempre dar un paso al frente.
Adicto a las sorpresas.
Encuentra placer en el miedo.
Ávido de cosas nuevas.
Rinde culto a los recuerdos.
Ansioso de emociones fuertes.
Se conmueve con el dolor ajeno. Sin dudas, un caso digno de mucha atención. Descubra cada día, los 7 días de la semana, todos los géneros que Cinemax programa para usted, sin complejos. Realmente las cosas son cada día más agitadas. Viva usted también intensamente. Asómese al peligro. En sus domingos de acción en Cinemax, lo máximo.
The death of her father pushed baby Gladys Smith into the role of family breadwinner at age 4. Already a success on the stages of Toronto, she and her family traveled to New York City, moving in for a time with another theater family, the Gishes. Renamed Mary Pickford by a Broadway producer, money trouble forced her to seek work in the Flickers. She walked into Biograph Studios, announcing she had 10 years' experience. A tall man promptly offered her $5 a week. She coolly asked for and received 10. That tall man was D.W. Griffith. Inventing an art form wasn't easy. Pickford made 2 pictures a week with Griffith. The boss learned early on this girl didn't just act.
Mr. Griffith would say, now, Mary, you go back to the hotel tonight or your home, and you write a story on this subject. He would give her the subject, and she would go home that night and write a 12 to 15-minute story, bring it back to him the next day, and they would shoot it the next day.
Mr. Griffith believed audiences came to see a story, not an actor. But whenever Mary Pickford was on screen, people demanded more of that biograph girl, or the little girl with the curls. Adolf Zukor agreed with the public. He figured why not feature well-known players in popular stories. Opening a studio in California, Zukor bet the success of his fledgling Paramount Pictures on the little girl with the curls. San Francisco theater owner Pop Grauman, whose son Sid would later open the Chinese Theater, gave Mary a label that would last a lifetime. Now in her 20s, to the world she was a child, their little Mary. In 1915, a 6-year-old Douglas Fairbanks Jr. first met the woman who'd soon be his stepmother.
When she came in, I was on the floor playing with some trains, and she'd come in to visit the family, and I thought she was another little girl to come in to play with my toys with me, and I expected her to get down and play with the trains. And when she didn't, I was a little sort of put out at first. Then I realized she was just a little lady, not a little girl.
In 1916, Charlie Chaplin signed with the Mutual Film Company at an annual salary of $650,000. Never to be outdone, Mary Pickford went straight to Adolf Zukor. "Look," she said, "I make full-length pictures. He just does 2-reelers. The result? A $10,000 weekly guarantee, a $300,000 signing bonus, half the profits on all the films she'd make that year, and a $150,000 annual salary for her mother, Charlotte. Mary, sweetheart," said Mr. Zukor, "I'll never have to diet. Every time I negotiate with you and your mother, I lose 10 pounds. Zukor's investment paid off. In that year alone, Pickford appeared in 6 hits, including Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. Scenes like this made her the most beloved as well as the most famous person in the world. But sweet little Mary, now a 24-year-old millionaire, was falling for the most charismatic star in Hollywood. Mary Pickford described Douglas Fairbanks as an arrow in full flight. No matter how many people were in a room, she said, whenever Douglas left, the room was empty.
He was a very dynamic personality, and he did bounce around from one corner of a room to another, and everything seemed awfully quiet when he did leave, I must say. She was sedate and quiet and charming and lovely. They're an attraction of opposites in many ways.
As a wedding present, Douglas gave Mary an estate in Beverly Hills. They named it Pickfair. The couple became that community's first resident movie stars. Pickfair became Hollywood's social center, playing host to political leaders, foreign dignitaries, as well as filmmakers. On their trips abroad, they were greeted like visiting royalty. Mary and Doug, the 2 most popular people on Earth. Back home during World War I, they hit the road and sold $23 million in Liberty bonds, assisted by best friend and neighbor Charlie Chaplin. In 1919, the group added D.W. Griffith and formed their own production and distribution company, aptly called United Artists. Had the others followed Mary's instincts, this group would have also included a young animator named Disney.
She says, we should let him come in and be a part of United Artists. They said, what? Disney, his films won't last 3 months, 5 months at the most. They made a mistake. They made a mistake.
On screen, a nearly 30-year-old Mary Pickford was playing the little girl she never had the chance to be in real life. Off-screen, Mary Pickford was the major player in a business dominated by men. To make the point, Fairbanks Jr. and Rogers review a 1927 photo. The Motion Picture Academy had many founding fathers, but only one founding mother.
That looks like
L.B. Mayer.
the L.B. Mayer.
Conrad Nagel.
Conrad Nagel.
Mary. The old man. Dr. Woods, Mike Levy, Joe Skank, Fred Niblo.
Isn't that remarkable, seeing her surrounded by...
That girl with the curls in all that group of men, yes, sir.
If you ever knew her, it's not so surprising because she was so capable. But she was the equivalent of all. It took all those men to be even with her. You know, she had such brains.
My Best Girl would be Mary Pickford's last silent film and the movie that made Buddy Rogers a star. 10 years later, they'd become man and wife, following Mary's painful divorce from Fairbanks.
I'm not going to be a coquette anymore. I'm going to be married.
While she'd win the first Academy Award given to an actress in a sound film for her performance in Coquette, Mary Pickford was near retirement at age 36. People remember me as the little girl with the golden curls, she said. I don't want them to see me grow old.
Well, she had a wonderful sense of responsibility to her public, and she probably was right that people had this vision of being the perennial sweetheart of America and the world. And they wouldn't like to see her getting to be an old lady. She's probably right. Those who loved her didn't notice it, didn't care. But the public might have, and her instinct was infallible.
Because she performed in the early days of the medium, Mary Pickford worried that later audiences would ridicule both her and a more primitive film technology. Consequently, she refused to re-release virtually all of her work.
Which is our best side?
The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences pays tribute to a founder on the 100th anniversary of her birth. Her admirers bemoan that Mary's own wishes have prevented generations from knowing her.
It's too bad that she isn't seen with the same appreciation, because she's a remarkable actress, and what she represented was so fabulous, so full of spunk and humor and courage.
The audience today really think that all she had was that little girl character. That was the 24th feature she made when she started experimenting with the little girl. So she did a lot of work that was not that character.
It was Mary Pickford's intention to have all the negatives of films she controlled destroyed upon her death. Lillian Gish, her lifelong friend, intervened.
She always knew that the motion picture was an art form, and I think Mary thought that she was going to go down, if that stuff remained, as just a figure of ludicrous content. And she didn't want that to happen, so she wanted to destroy all of it. And it was Lillian who said, "Tisk, go do that." You know?
Thanks to revival theaters, cable television, and home video, silent films are reaching across the years to entertain appreciative audiences. Thanks to 75-year copyrights expiring, bootleg prints of Mary Pickford classics like Poor Little Rich Girl are popping up all over the country. Although she was 85 when she died, this is how Mary Pickford will again be remembered, just as she wished. For Classic Hollywood, I'm Peter Jones.
Está comprobado científicamente que reír es un gran ejercicio. Y por eso existe la comedia. Entonces, ¿para qué trotar? Ría con nosotros. Lunes de comedia por Cinemax. Lo máximo. Hoy, por Cinemax, lo máximo, Crackdown. Olympia Dukakis en Over the Hill. Eric Idle en Missing Pieces. Rosalind Russell y Natalie Wood. Gypsy. Cinemax. Más películas, más variedad. Después de un monótono matrimonio, una vida fuera de los límites, Round Numbers, a continuación por Cinemax, lo máximo. El ojo de la cámara es poderoso.
What do you know? Where's the camera?
Indiscreto.
And if you've got something really big, I've got just the place to put it.
Inmortal. Lipstick Camera, sábado 7 de enero por Cinemax, lo máximo.
Es sencillo.
No, it's fine.
Solo tendrán que llevar ante la justicia a uno de los grandes capos del narcotráfico internacional.
So you're the one who's going to escort me back to your illustrious homeland.
Yes, that's right. You know, and I can never figure out why I keep getting these assignments. Because everybody I've escorted so far has ended up dead.
Después de todo, ¿qué les puede suceder? ¿Morir? Crackdown. En Cinemax, más películas, más variedad.
Este es el retrato de una época.
Run about on them motorbikes all hours of the night, I'm not surprised. It's not normal.
Oh yeah? What's normal then?
Y de una generación muy agitada.
Get some rockers out of it when we get there. Yeah? Knock them off.
Con la producción y la música de los Who. Cuadrofenia. Viernes 23 de diciembre por Cinemax, lo máximo. Prepárate, que acaban de llegar los chicos más listos del colegio.
You ace all my classes this semester, and I'll let you live.
Debate.
Give me some duck, some loot, some cash, some dough, some cabbage, some green. Are you crazy? Of course I'm crazy!
Se enamoran y bueno.
Let's make bacon.
Mejor que bailen.
50% of it is attitude and style.
Class Act. Martes 31 de enero por Cinemax, lo máximo. Surcando las inquietas aguas de la imaginación, llega el más legendario de los marinos. Simba and the Eye of the Tiger. The Golden Voyage of Simba. En diciembre, Simba navega en Cinemax, lo máximo. Hoy, por Cinemax, lo máximo, Crackdown. Olympia Dukakis en Over the Hill. Eric Idle en Missing Pieces. Rosalind Russell y Natalie Wood. Gypsy. Cinemax. Más películas, más variedad. Después de un monótono matrimonio, una vida fuera de los límites, Round Numbers, a continuación por Cinemax, lo máximo. A continuación, una película clase B, por Cinemax, lo máximo.